Hi everyone, it's Silvolf here, and I've had a request on how to draw Furbys. Now, I've done quite a few videos on drawing various Furbys, but this request was how to draw Furbys, I think in general, because it was just how to draw Furbys. So I've got three types of Furbys here. We've got the Furby Connect, the original Furby from the 90s, and the Furby Boom. And I've left the other Furbys out, the 2005, sort of 2006 ones, because these ones I've got here are the Furbys that are the most well known, so I've chosen these. And the reason that I've got all of them is because if you just want to draw general Furbys, we're going to have to look at a few of the differences so that I can show you how to draw these with each Furby. So, as you can see, most of the Furbys here, well, these two are sort of round shapes. This one here is more or less round. It's kind of longer, but it's more or less round. They've all got similar feet, as you can see. They're kind of like little cartoon animal feet, like you have in the, I don't know, Tom and Jerry and things like that. They've all got round beaks. This one is slightly smaller. Their eyes are all round and they've all got the little face plates. This one is not connected to that, but it is roughly the same. And then of course you've got the hairdo on this one, this little sort of bubble thing on this one, and the tails on the Furby Boom and the Furby Connect are the same. And this one here has a mane. He doesn't have a tail, he's got a mane. The original Furbys didn't really have tails. They had sort of like little like almost rabbit-like tails if they had a tuft of fur on their head, or they had a little mane, but they didn't have the lion-like tails that the other Furbys have. And their ears are all sort of similar as well. They're all roughly triangular in shape. These ones of course being longer with the holes in them. So you can see that they're all kind of similar. So they've all got round eyes, they're all roughly round in shape, they've all got similar feet and ears, and some have tails and some don't. So with all this being said, drawing a Furby is really actually quite easy. It's all just generic shapes. Now, I don't often do drawing videos because when I draw something I just copy it outright. I know a lot of people use shapes to help them draw. I found that even when I was younger that never really helped. But I will do my best to help you learn to draw a Furby. So, we'll start off with the eyes. I always start with the eyes when I'm drawing anything. So we've got the eyes, and let me think. I think the hardest part with drawing anything is putting the first lines on the paper. So, and we're drawing this Furby slightly offset, so one of the eyes will be more sort of squashed because it is a little bit off towards that side, whereas this one's closer to you. Now, they've all got eyelids, we can see with that. These ones don't have eyelashes, this one does. So we can draw the eyelids in here, and they're just lines across the top of the circles, like that. You can choose to give your Furby eyelashes or not. Just for fun, we'll give this one some eyelashes, like that. There. Now the eyes themselves, these ones obviously are digital, and so are those. They're LED eyes, but these ones kind of more realistic. So since these eyes here are obviously based on these ones, we can draw in the pupil and the iris of these. And again, they're just circles within the circles that you've drawn. Now I always do the spot of light on the eyes as another circle within that, as you can see at the side there. Another little circle in there, and there. And then coming off that, you can draw in pupil. So the eyes are just really just circles. They are just a collection of circles, and then you can just colour that in like that for his pupil. I find that you can do them without the dot of light, but it looks more realistic if you put in that dot of light. And you can do the dot of light in several different ways. You can do it how I've done it. You can do a smaller dot of light here, if you wish, like that, which makes it look more cute. Now, next we'll draw another easy part. It's the beak. The beak is another circle like that, and a little curved line to make him smiling. And as you can see, we've got a cute little Furby face appearing before our eyes here. Now, these little bits here are all quite similar. That's obviously the infrared sensor for the 98 Furby. This one is for the sleep mask, and this one doesn't actually do anything. It's just for show. So they're all different shapes. That one is kind of like that, as you can see there. You've got this one, which is a bit like a flame, like that, or maybe an egg with a slice taken out of it. And then this other one here is more like this. There, those are all the different shapes that these will make. So you can choose whichever one you like to go in there. Now I think, because the Furby connects a bit easier because it just floats above its head there, you know, you just got that and it's just in there. We'll do one of the ones with the face plates because they're more difficult, and there's also two of them have got face plates and one hasn't. So for this one, you just draw circles around the eyes like that, and then add in the little flame above, which is pretty simple. For the others, we've got almost like the shape of a figure 8 around his eyes. So just draw them around like this. They remind me actually of owls, kind of like owl-like. Like that. And then probably one of the easier shapes to draw is that there, and do a little outline for it, and there you go. And to make it look kind of like, I think they've kind of made this look like it's sort of fluffy or stylized in some way. It's got these little bits taken out of it. So basically, if you want an easy way to draw that, you just draw it as like an outline around it, like that, and around there. And then you just take little bits out like that. Got one down here. It's almost like you're drawing kind of an offset triangle in these bits here, and one down there. And you can do the same with the other side, like that. And then get your eraser and just rub out where the little lines are there. And that's a quick and easy way to do it if you're not too confident with making the actual shape while you're drawing it. There we go. So now we move on to the body. Now it's best to do the body next, so that you can get the ears in the right place. Now, as I said, they're mostly round, so if you want to make it more simple, you just draw kind of like a round shape just around this. So where you think the top of his head will be, which is around about there, across there. And then you can leave, if you wish, you can leave gaps for where you think the ears will go, or you can just draw straight around. They're a bit like little hairy potatoes, really, which is why my first one was called Potato. So we're drawing a circle which is bigger on the bottom, like that. so that this part is near the top of the circle, the top half if you like, that's the top half of the circle there, and the bottom half is where his tummy is. So, and which is quite an easy way of doing it. So now it's easy, really really easy, because all you need to do is his ears, his feet and his tail, and they're all really easy. So the ears are just basically triangles. As you can see on all of these, they're triangles, apart from this one, but then they're still sort of roughly triangular in shape with a rounded bottom. So these ones are probably the easiest ears to draw. So since we are actually drawing a Furby boom, that's what it's turned into, you can draw these triangular ears coming off his head. Oh, that wasn't very good, was it? Make it a little bit wider at the bottom, like that, and that. And these ones have this little sort of shape in them here. I'm not quite sure why they decided to put holes in the Furby's ears, but as you can see they went onto the connect as well. So this little shape here is kind of like almost a reflection of that there. It's kind of like the same sort of shape would be down there, only it's got a gap above it, or it looks like a tiny mountain range. So anyway, to draw that, it's pretty simple. You just draw a little border on the inside of the ear like that. Let's see. And you've got one larger one and one smaller one here. So you just draw a couple of zigzags. 1 and 2. And the same in here. One big one and a small one. And there you've got the little shape inside his ear. Now the other Furby ears, you've got this one. His ears are pretty much like a real animal's ears. So you've got the triangle shape, but you've also got a little bit going around like that and like that. And there's the side of his head. So again, it's still a triangle. This one here, the elongated triangle of the Furby Connect, is more sort of this shape, with that there, and then sort of that coming down like that, with the lines obviously. So when you draw this one, you can draw this shape here, which is almost like kind of like a stretched half circle, and then this here is similar. If you draw this line within the stretched half circle, you can then draw this sort of oval shape here coming out, and then for these you just draw around that oval shape to reflect it there for the Furby Connect. Now we've got this one, and his feet are again pretty simple. They're slightly more pointy than the other one's feet. So the feet will come out from here and from here. You can draw these little shapes here if you wish, which roughly puts where the feet are coming from. And then you can make some little triangles. For the toes. And for this one as well. Now if you get stuck doing the triangles, you can basically draw the gaps where the feet are going to go, and they should be evenly spread. So you've got one here and one there where the toes are, and then once you've done that and you know roughly where the toes are going to go, you can draw them in like that. And these ones here have also got, if you look, it's got like another sort of like one on top. So you just draw one exactly the same, following the lines, only a bit further in on here. Like that. There. So, one thing's left, and that's his tail. Now the tail is really easy. It's just like, sort of like a long straw shape, only a bit bent like that, coming out the side. And then for the end bit, you can draw like an egg shape, like that. And then add the fur in, following the shape that you did. And you've got a nice fluffy tail coming out the side of our big fat Furby. Now if you want to make him a little bit more realistic, you can always add some fur along his body like that, on his head. You've given him a little hairstyle, and some bits of fur here. And the fur is just little spikes coming off, just to make the body less of a sort of round shape. And make him look a bit fluffy. Like that. And there you've got a big fat fuzzy Furby. And all the little bits and pieces from the others. So in principle Furbies are all similar. They're all basic shapes and they're really easy to draw. So I hope that I have made this easy to understand. Like I said, I'm not very good at sort of, I don't know, doing drawing tutorials because I don't normally use shapes. I just copy what I see. But I hope this helps, and I hope that if you have a go at drawing a Furby, it turns out really well as well. Yeah, and so if you do any Furbies, and if you use this video to help you, then feel free to post up pictures of them in the art server on my Discord server, Robotics Center, which is, the link is for it in the description to this video, as always. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching. So, with that being said, if you want to see any more art videos, just feel free to click any of the boxes that come up just below in the video. And this is Silverwolf signing off. I'll see you all next time. Bye!